So, look, I told you the other day when Nick Saban started backpedaling on this presidential commission on college sports, it seemed like the SEC was scared of what Cody Campbell and the Big 12 could do. We now have confirmation of that through two articles, one from Yahoo, one from CBS. Confirmed the SEC and Big Ten are worried about the potential Big 10 or the Big 12 influence, rather, of Cody Campbell, Texas Tech multi-billionaire booster, on this presidential commission because he seems to be the one leading it. And now that commission is paused. Coincidence or not? I guess you can be the judge after I go through this story here. Okay, so I'm going to jump back and forth between the Yahoo story and the CBS story. The Yahoo story is this: plans for a presidential commission on college sports, co-led by former Alabama head coach Nick Saban, have been paused. He leaves out that the other co-head there would be Cody Campbell, Texas Tech multi-billionaire booster. The move is possibly rooted in the commission's potential impact on current Senate negotiations over legislation in the same sphere. So they don't want to double dip here. They're going to let Senate negotiations over legislation go on for right now and pause the commission. It's unclear how long the pause will last, but it will give a group of 5 senators, including Ted Cruz and Cory Booker, more time to reach an agreement on legislation for a sport whose leaders have been begging for federal intervention in recent years. Okay. That's what you got there. Man. Well, that's frustrating because the excitement here was about the fact that everything you had been reading was Nick Saban backing away from this, which to me showed some trepidation from the SEC and Big Ten. But beyond just that, it's also the idea that, like, hey, Cody Campbell now seems to be like the lead dog. Like the lead dog. It seemed like a guy who we know has a direct line to the president, reported by Yahoo's Ross Dellinger. I think you probably could have figured that out anyway. Multi-billionaire guy. That's going to be somebody that Trump likes to hang out with. He had a front row seat to Donald Trump's ear about what could happen, what could change here. And while there are a lot of things that I think Cody Campbell agrees on with the SEC and Big Ten, one thing they don't is, again, that Project Rudy model and idea where, hey, let's take 70 teams, pool the media rights, and then divide up into like more regional conferences. Everybody makes more money. We kind of do away with the conference models that we have right now. And the SEC and Big Ten lose some relative power while a lot of their schools would actually make more money. Better for the overall sport. And it seemed like, hey, we're getting a little uneasy with that. But it was easy to build excitement as a Big 12 fan because you're like, man, this seems kind of like a Hail Mary. Like out of nowhere, you've now had a real chance to build some influence when it seemed like you were totally screwed and locked out for the future because of the Big Ten and the SEC. CBS did say presidential commission could return within the next 90 days, though no promises from the White House have been made. But how about this? Okay. Another thing from the CBS article. CBS said, confidence that the commission focused on regulating college sports would gain bipartisan support was waning, and the Big Ten and SEC, the two most powerful conferences in college athletics, opposed commission leader Cody Campbell's notions behind the scenes, according to multiple sources familiar within the situation. There you have it. Folks, I told it to you before that. I didn't even have inside info. I'm just reading what is happening. I'm analyzing what is happening for you. It was very easy to see. The Big Ten and the SEC opposed commission leader Cody Campbell's notions behind the scenes. One high-ranking official told CBS Sports this week their nightmare was seeing Campbell arm in arm with Trump and completely reversing the years of work that have gone into supporting a new era of college sports that is expected to soon allow universities to pay their athletes directly. Well, I don't think Cody Campbell was trying to shut down paying athletes directly, but Cody Campbell would have derailed a lot of work that has gone into making the Big Ten and the SEC untouchable, too big to fail, those who are ruling everything in college sports. That's what could have been undone. Maybe could still be undone if this commission does actually happen. And if you thought that was it, there's still more here. Lots in this CBS article. It says the presidential commission also faced opposition on the ground, sources told CBS Sports. Campbell's public push to pool conferences' media rights to help smaller leagues facing financial trouble was of great concern to the Big Ten and the SEC, the two richest conferences in the country. Sources within those conferences believe Campbell's primary goal was to prop up Texas Tech, his alma mater, the Big 12, and smaller group of 5 schools at the expense of what the Big 10 and SEC are trying to accomplish. The 2 richest and most powerful conferences had zero desire to see any of their hard-earned money be redirected to the New Mexicos and UTEPs of the world just because it might benefit the system. Well, first of all, New Mexico and UTEP, that seems unfair. Okay? That seems unfair to make them take a stray bullet out of absolutely nowhere there. But anyway, here is the argument that I always make with this. That seems so short-sighted to me from the SEC and Big Ten. You need, maybe not the New Mexicos and UTEPs of the world, maybe not, but the SEC and Big Ten definitely long-term need the Texas Techs of the world. They sure as hell need the Texas Techs of the world. If you cut out everybody but the top 30 teams, you will lose interest. That will be a slow burn over time. You will lose interest. The product will become less valuable. And long-term, now when you have private equity debts that are building up, you're going to be making less money. And it will be bad for you. It is a bad long-term sustainable thing here. It is greed. It is greed. It is greed. It is greed. If you would just stay right now and be like, hey, Project Rudy format, we're still going to make a ton of money. We'll still have advantages. We'll still be in a great place. And we can enjoy this in perpetuity. But that's not enough. And this is kind of the story of just human nature, right? It's never enough. And so it's what money and power can I grab right now? Can I grab more and more and more and more and more and more until I've changed the sport irreversibly? I've cut out too many people. And now this thing won't be followed by as many people long term, which hurts my bottom line eventually. Writing checks now that your ass can't cash in 2035. You know, I mean, that's the idea here. So it's so infuriating to me to see this idea that like, oh yeah, well, we don't want to subsidize you guys right now. You need them. You need them. You don't think you do, but you need them. You need them. You need the whole college football ecosystem. That's what's made it a sport that everybody loves. Okay? And that's the truth. Now, Cody Campbell and Ted Cruz both had some tweets in response to this article, trying to just smooth things over a little bit, I guess I would say. So here, let me share the Cody Campbell tweet. So Ted Cruz quotes the article and says, "This article is nonsense. Cody and Nick are terrific and both good friends. I welcome the commission, Cody Campbell says, "This is very good news. We all need to work together and set aside selfish agendas, tribalism, and politics to preserve the life-changing opportunity that college sports provide." Thanks at Ted Cruz. They're trying to play nice there. Okay. For what it's worth, they're trying to play nice. A little bit more here. If you want to know what Yahoo said about this and their confirmation of what I said, that the SEC Big Ten were a little bit scared of Cody Campbell and what he could do, Dellinger said planning for the commission had reached the point that President Donald Trump and Texas businessman Cody Campbell had started to pool recommendations for membership and send out invitations to stakeholders. The commission was also paused amid private concerns from Big Ten and SEC officials over its concepts, and after Saban outright questioned the necessity of its existence. You guys remember that? We've already done shows on that, how Saban all of a sudden was like completely walking this back, like, hey, wait, I don't even know that we need a commission. And I told you, guys, I'm telling you, like, this stuff is just, it's very transparent. It's easy to see. You can call me conspiratorial, whatever it is that you want. Apparently some out there calling me a grifter, like whatever it is you want to call it. But here it is. This is what I was saying. Like Saban was trying to walk it back because they were looking around like, whoa, wait. We can fix this without a commission. We don't need the Big 12 getting a guy that's going to be right in President Trump's ear on this thing. We don't need that. Now here it is. All confirmation coming from Yahoo and CBS. So, what does this mean now going forward? I mean, I think if you're a Big 12 fan, if you're an ACC fan, if you're a fan of anybody but a Big 10 or an SEC school, you definitely just want to hope that this presidential commission comes back around. I'm not totally holding my breath on that. I have some level of optimism, but there were just so many other things that obviously the administration has to deal with on a daily basis that I felt like, your chance was to get in now, get it cooking, get it rolling fast, and get something moving. Whereas the longer this has to drag out and you have to wait and other things will just come up in the course of governing a country, like, gives me some pause of where it all could go in the future. But for now, it is at least, I would say, take solace in this, Big 12 fans. It's a sign of some hope, and it's a sign that you really legitimately got under the Big 10 and SEC skin and made them feel a bit threatened. And it's resulted now in Greg Sankey just straight up freaking lying about press releases and making up his own propaganda to take shots at you. If he wasn't concerned, he would not feel the need to take shots and lie. If he wasn't concerned, that would not be something that would have to happen from Sankey. So anyway, have I mentioned that we ride with Cody Campbell? Ladies and gentlemen? Because we ride here with Cody Campbell.